Hi, I'm Sabrina Stowe, Fire and Life Safety Educator for the Winston-Salem Fire Department.
And I'm Rodney Cooper, Assistant Fire Marshal for the Winston-Salem Fire Department.
Welcome to Week 2 of the Virtual Citizens Fire Academy. Last week you met our Fire Chief, Trey Mayo. He gave you an overview of the department's function and structure. You now know that the fire department does more than just put the wet stuff on the red stuff.
A large majority of the calls the fire department responds to are related to medical issues. In fact, in 2019, the Winston-Salem Fire Department responded to 27,727 calls. 17,758 of those medical calls, and a large portion were involved in cardiac arrest.
From the time it takes to recognize that a person has gone into cardiac arrest, call 911 and get help to your location, 6 to 10 minutes could have passed. And for every minute that goes by without aid, a person's survival rate is cut by 10%. But if you know how to perform hands-only CPR, you may be able to help save a life.
This week, Captain Dale Couch will demonstrate how to perform this life-saving technique. Hands-only CPR does not require a mouth-to-mouth or rescue breathing, so you won't be reluctant to help a stranger if you need to. Let's take a look.
I'm thinking about going to the mall today. The weather's getting warmer and I need to get some spring clothes. And I might call Sandy and see if she can go with me. She might like to go out for a while. Bob! Bob! What's wrong? What's wrong? Wake up! Are you playing a joke on me? Come on, this is not funny. Wake up! Come on.
Forsyth County 911 emergency.
Can you please send somebody? My husband's slumped over and I can't get him to wake up.
Okay, fire and EMS are on the way. We need to go ahead and start CPR.
What can I do?
Can you go unlock the door? All right, I want you to get the patient flat on his back on the floor or hard surface. Kneel down by the patient's side.
Hello, my name is Captain Dale Couch, Winston-Salem Fire Department, and I'm here with you today to talk about CPR training, and it's hands-only CPR. There's a couple of things we want to talk about. The importance of CPR as you as a lay person. Whenever you approach somebody, it goes into sudden cardiac arrest. Sudden cardiac arrest is one of those things that happens at just a very short moment of time, and so you got to be ready and got to be prepared for that. With that, sure, you can call 911, but let me give you some information of why you need to be ready to perform chest compressions instead of relying strictly upon a 911 call. Okay, when you make that call to 911, that call has to go through a process. Okay, first you've got to recognize that their patient is unresponsive. Okay, once that patient's unresponsive, then you contact 911, and then they've got 90 seconds to process that call. They're going to dispatch fire department and EMS to your location. Once they get dispatch made to your location, we've got turnout time, which means the time it takes us to get onto the truck and apparatus and respond. Then we've got travel time from the station to your location. Okay, all that time plays a factor in that patient's heart not beating and no blood circulating. Okay, so once that patient's blood needs circulation, and that's where you come in, the layperson. Okay, so that patient's chance of survival decreases by 10% for every 1 minute that they're down with no blood circulating in there. So this is the importance of you knowing CPR, at least hands-only CPR, to where you can make that patient have a better chance of survival. With that, the only thing you need is basically your hands and a phone to notify the 911 center. When you see someone go into sudden cardiac arrest and collapse on the floor, then you need to contact 911. Okay, the 911 dispatcher is trained in what they call emergency medical dispatch. They're going to take you through the sequence and walk you through how to do CPR. Okay, we're going to walk you through that step also today with this video. So you want to address the patient, get real close to the patient, and you want to talk about your hand placement. As far as hand placement, it's very important that you find like the substernal notch or the lower half of the breastbone, and that's where you want to place the heel of one hand, and you want to lock and intertwine your fingers together. You want to get as close as you possibly can, again, and you want to flex at your hips because you may be doing this for 4, 5, or 6 minutes. You want to compress at a rate of 100 to 120 times per minute. It looks more like this. You'll compress at a rate of 2 inches, or a depth of 2 inches, and a rate of 100 to 120 times per minute. So you'll do that process at that rate of 100 to 120 times a minute until fire apparatus or emergency services arrives to your location. At that point in time, they're going to have personnel ready to come in and take over. Okay? But understand, it's you is what's going to be the link between survival or death of that patient because of early access, early CPR, and early advanced care. Thank you for the time, and I hope we have given you some tools to use today to help you save a life here in Winston-Salem.
Now that you've seen the hands-only CPR done, do you think you could do it? Once life gets back to normal and we resume our community education programs, you'll be able to schedule a session and have the Winston-Salem firefighters come out for hands-on training.
To see examples of Winston-Salem firefighters' cardiac arrest calls, go to the Citizens Fire Academy page on our website and see how 2 families' lives were forever changed.
And join us next week as we go into our fire and life safety segment. We'll talk about cooking safety and what you need to know to prevent cooking fires.
See you next week.